Hi, Jeff here with America's Best. We're doing a home buyer's inspection on a vacant home in Edina, Minnesota. The first thing we're going to do is do a walk around of the exterior of the house to find out if there's any kind of issues. Second, we'll go get on the roof, and then third, we'll be going inside. So come on, we'll do a walk around for the exterior of the house. Some of the first things we find here is the gutter. The corner of the gutter is leaking. It's caused water damage to the wood. Hasn't quite caused any kind of rotting or any kind of structural damage, but it needs to be fixed. So here we can see some water damage caused by the improper installation of the gutters. So our recommendation here is to reseal the gutters, paint the fascia, and paint the soffit. You can come in here a little closer maybe, and you can see that the paint is also peeling on the soffit. To me, this is caused from ice dams that we'll be talking about later. So we're going to continue walking around the house here and see what else we find. So one thing that we've noticed here is that there's been some settling to the grading, and it's caused incorrect slope. So the water is now getting forced back into the house. Couple causes here is turning on the water from the faucet for the exterior water, and when the downspout comes off, the water's been piling up right here, washing away the grading, and now it's settled and caused the grading to go back into the house. Couple things to fix is to regrade it and reslope it and permanently attach these together so it doesn't come off. Here's another issue that we found is the dryer lint has covered up the air conditioning unit, which is going to restrict the ability of the air conditioning to operate properly. Here's the dryer vent, and it's real close to the air conditioner. These should be 6 to 8 feet apart. The dryer exhaust should be 6 to 8 feet away from the air conditioning unit to prevent the lint build. Another violation we found is none of the screws were put back into the cap. So the blades become a safety issue when it's in operation. Kids and some adults could actually be able to take this off and get access to the blades, which would make it a very serious accident. I want to bring you folks in here to the back of the air conditioning unit to see how bad it is. So a couple ways to fix this is to take a garden hose and just wash this off real lightly. Whatever you do, don't use a pressure washer, because what you'll end up doing is damaging the fins, then that needs replacement. Another thing is you'll have to move these air conditioning exhaust, or actually the dryer vent exhausts, away from the air conditioner to get this to work. And then another thing is you have the fresh air intake for your furnace and your gas appliances. That's going to be more than likely plugged also. Here again we have another grading issue. The water has caused the settling, more than likely from the downspout coming off, washes the water, settles the water, and then eventually the grading slopes back into the house, which is going to cause water intrusion into the basement. So a nice and simple way, a nice solution is to add dirt back to where it should be, and then pack the dirt down and get it sloped so the water gets forced away from the building. Water damage. So this house was built in 1950, and this is original exterior brick, and it's in phenomenal shape. It's been well maintained. The construction of this home is a superior construction with superior materials. One thing is that these windows need to be caulked. You have air gaps where you can stick a pencil in here, which is going to cause moisture problems to the window. So before we paint the windows, you're going to want to reseal and recaulk all these windows. You might want to get in here. We have some ants in here that are I don't think this is a big issue at all, because these aren't like carpenter ants or anything, so it's nothing to do with water damage to the home, or it's going to cause any kind of structural problems. Just something that we noticed. One thing I don't like is the big gap in here between here, and that what happens is water gets in here, causes moisture, and ants love moisture. One of the bigger concerns I have about this house is the steps. The steps are starting to crack deteriorate. They got the top cracks here. They've already tried to fix this by putting a skim coat on the side of it, but then it re-cracked. And the reason is because they're not addressing the cause of the water damage. And one of the causes is the gutters. The gutters are overflowing. And right here in the corner, there should be what they call a splash guard to hold the water into the gutters. Without the splash guard, water is pouring over the gutters and coming down here and landing on the steps. And it's causing structural damage to the steps. To stop the damage, seeing the cause of the water damage. And one of the causes is the gutters. The gutters are overflowing. And right here in the corner, there should be what they call a splash guard to hold the water into the gutters. Without the splash guard, water is pouring over the gutters and coming down here and landing on the steps. And it's causing structural damage to the steps. To stop the damage, to prevent the cause is $100, $200. The resulting damage is thousands of dollars. Plus, they keep fixing it and keep damaging it. Another good solution is to fill in the gap to prevent water from getting in below. Here we go. Here's another violation. They had a gas stove, an on-off switch somewhere in the house that's going to control this. So this needs to have a cap on the end with the plug, so if somehow this gets turned on, gas won't come spewing out and create a bomb or a safety hazard. And this was, to me, it looks like it was done originally when the house was built. Another thing here is that this hole should be filled in because water is going to get in here, wash away the dirt and the bottom of the foundation, and then they're going to have settling to the cement patio. So what happens here is we're getting settling here, and that's caused from water getting in here and washing away the gravel base. And as the gravel base washes away, the cement slab starts to settle. And all it does is makes the hole bigger and bigger, and it keeps on accelerating the slab settling. So good easy solution is to just fill this in and get this plugged up so no more water can get back in there, and then you will reduce, if not eliminate, the settling of the cement slab. Here's another sign of water damage. Water's coming from up top from the valley, coming down on the steps, and it's causing the cement to crack and premature deteriorate. This is a very significant. These are not cheap, they're very expensive to install, and the solution is just a few $100s to stop it versus just continually replacing or fixing the cement steps. Here we go. This is real significant. This is going to be a structural issue. In a matter of years, you'll have to be replacing these steps. And here you can see how the water soaked into the cement. And one of the main reasons is the grading. They had a dog here, dug a hole. Now all the water is getting forced back into the steps, soaking into the steps, and causing premature depreciation or deterioration of the cement. And they've already tried to fix this by putting a skim coat on. It's easier to do it properly and find the cause than it is to keep trying to fix what's broken. That's completely plugged, not allowing any fresh air intake into the attic space. And this is plugged from the exterior. One of the main causes is cottonwoods or lint from the dryer. And all this peeling and cracked paint is signs of water damage caused from moisture buildup in the attic space or from ice damming, which is causing water to get into the attic space. And you can paint this every 2 years and it'll keep peeling. Again, it's easier to find the cause and fix the cause than it is to continually fix what's being damaged. Here's another effect of water damage causing the paint to peel and crack. And for you people who are beginners, this is a classic sign that this is possibly lead paint. Going back to the new law implemented April 22nd, the new EPA law has made lead paint a whole new issue with home remodeling and home repairs. Hi, Jeff with America's Best. Here's something that we found that doesn't seem to be a very big issue, but actually can cause major structural failure to your house. There's a huge void here between the driveway and the garage slab, and this void will allow water to get in, causing settling. For a few $100s we can fix this, and if it's not fixed, eventually you'll end up replacing the whole garage slab, which will virtually be tens and tens of thousands of dollars.